Hey buddy, it's Crazy Good Time 4 and welcome to some more Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the last episodes, we went through classic mode as the mountain climbing duo, Ice Climbers. And in this episode, we'll be going through classic mode as the robotic operating buddy, R.O.B. So, let's check out R.O.B's palette swap. So we got the regular, I think this is the Japanese R.O.B. Then we got the American version of R.O.B with the gray arms. Then we got Bumblebee R.O.B, more of like a pink purple R.O.B, a blue R.O.B, and military R.O.B, as some people like to call it. So of that, let's just get right into it. That R.O.B is, of course, you know, newcomer in Brawl. His full name is Robotic Operating Buddy, and he's based on the R.O.B / Robot NES / Famicom peripheral. He was unveiled in a massive leak prior to the Japanese release of Brawl, and then he was then confirmed on the Dojo websites on March 6th. Now R.O.B is in fact an unlockable character. In order to unlock him, there's 3 methods of being unlocked: either play 160 versus matches, collect 250 different trophies, or have R.O.B join the player's party in Subspace Emissary in the stage, the Subspace Bomb Factory Part 2. With the exception of the third method, R.O.B must then be defeated on Mario Bros. But if that stage has not been unlocked yet, you would then have to fight him on the Delfino Plaza stage. So yeah, there's R.O.B, an unlockable character, and you know, I highly, if you haven't seen, you know, me play through Subspace in this Let's Play yet, what are you doing? Probably should have seen that before you're watching this. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit of Subspace and R.O.B's role in Subspace. Yeah, Ancient Minister, you know, that was a pretty crazy reveal, if you ask me. I mean, obviously I knew about it long before the reveal happened, just because, you know, I played through the game multiple times, so I know it's gonna go on. But I think I remember, like, the first time I saw it, I'm like, what the heck? That's crazy. And I had a feeling it made a little bit of sense, but at the same time I wasn't, like, too sure about it. So it was pretty dope that, you know, Ancient Minister is just like, nah fam, this is stupid as heck. I'm just gonna, like, reveal my true self and be like, yeah, I'm gonna help save everyone. But yeah, well, it was an interesting reveal. It was pretty dope. But let's go ahead and get on to R.O.B's new or special moves, I should say, where we first start off with his neutral special, Robo Beam, which I used a good, like, 2 times already at this point. Robo Beam is where he fires a long-range laser from his eyes, and it just shoots. You can actually angle it a little bit. You can maybe, I think you can do it a little bit up and a little bit down. If you were to hit it on a slope, then it would change direction, which is pretty stinking dope. Now, of course, Robo Beam is a move that has to be charged up a little bit. So, like, if you use it, and right after you apparently can, okay, yeah, right after, it's okay. I was about to say, like, right after, you can't really use it, you know, to its full potential, but it's literally just like, what, 2 seconds of waiting and boom, he has it back again, which is pretty interesting. Because, I mean, it says, obviously if you attempted to use right after you just used it, then, you know, it would be like a very weak attack, and apparently it affects people near him, which is pretty dope. But if you don't use it for a minimum of 20 seconds, the attack is actually much stronger than it normally is, and it becomes a super Robo Beam, which honestly I did not know about that. I knew, like, he had a more powerful version of it in Smash 4 and Ultimate, but I did not know about, you know, it being a thing in Brawl. Apparently it is. So I guess the more you know. And of course it has enhanced power and knockback and stuff like that. And apparently it's wider than the regular one. So I might have to check it out. So we got 5% for uncharged, 7% for charged, and then 9% for the Super Robo Beam. Then we got his side special, which is Arm Rotor, where he just simply spins around and, you know, does multiple hits with it. Actually, does it do multiple hits? Yeah, he does multiple hits. It's like it's a loop kind of move, with the last hit doing like a little bit more than the other two. If you keep spamming the B button, then he will do it for, you know, much longer than if you were to just press the B button and then do it. So that's something. And apparently it's also a reflect move. So if, you know, Rob were to have a projectile thrown at him while he's doing that move, he will reflect it, and, you know, as reflectors do, it will do 1.5 times the normal damage as like a, you know, as the normal projectile actually did. Trying to freaking find out what I had to say there, but yeah, it has some startup lag, that's for sure. But like the whole like reflector, I guess, shtick of that move just works really stinking well, and honestly, it's probably like one of Rob's best moves, if anything. It did get much better in Smash 4, that's for sure, because at the end of that move, he like does a, you know, a little bit of a hit, a little bit of an extra hit, which is like more powerful, and it does knockback, a lot of knockback too. So it definitely got better as the Smash series progressed, but you know for what it is in Brawl, it's honestly not all that bad. And it does 1 to 2% for the loop, and then 3 to 4% for the last hit. So even in this game, it has a little bit for the last hit. Then we got his up special, which I've been using quite a bit, or a decent amount, in the previous match. Wait, in the Kirby match, yeah, which I think was the previous one. And that is Robo Burner, where Rob activates burners on, you know, on the base of himself to fly in the air. During the move, of course, you can like. You don't have to actually use it constantly. You can actually turn it on and then just like occasionally press like the up button or whatever. Or I think even the B button works, maybe. And he'll do like little intervals of his recovery. And it's one of the best, it's considered to be one of the best recoveries in the game. I might have to say it's probably the best recovery in the game. I don't know of any others that are as good. Like Snake's is good, but Rob's is pretty stinking insane. Like, I don't know, like, maybe because of the heights and just how good it is, you know, like how good of a recovery it is, especially since, what's this thing called? You can, like, not only use it, like, anytime, anywhere, like, you don't have to use it consistently, and what's also really good about it is while he's in his recovery form, you can actually do whatever the heck you want. So it's really good. Rob's recovery is stinking amazing. I will not even lie. It has good vertical recovery, good horizontal recovery, so that's pretty stinking good, and it lasts a while too. I will say though, there is one thing about Robo Burner that should be mentioned. Gosh, Bowser's freaking huge, what the heck? If Rob uses it to its full, you know, capacity, then he will not be able to use it anymore. And it's the only recovery in the game that really needs to recharge after use, before you can actually use it again. So, yeah, I don't know how much of a wait it is. Okay, it takes roughly 1.5 seconds to recharge, so it's not even that big of a wait anyways, but you still gotta be careful, you know, you don't want to use it too much, just in case, you know, you mess up. And that sadly does 0% damage, but like, still, it's such a good recovery that the damage on it, it does not matter. It really, really does not matter. But then finally, we got Rob. Get me out of there, Wario, stupid. Finally, we got Rob's down special, Gyro, where Rob produces a gyro, and then when you release the special button again, then he releases the gyro. He produces one, and then he releases it. And also, if it's left on the ground, then you can continuously pick it up and throw it at your enemies. Even your enemies can pick it up and use it to their full potential. The only thing about it is that when they keep touching it, when they keep going near it, they will take damage, so they gotta be a little, like, you know, hasty, I guess, when picking up the gyro. But it's really cool, and it's a really good one to just like keep enemies at bay and just have a projectile out in the middle of the battle. It does a good amount of damage, and it's probably one of the best character projectiles in the game. I would say, yeah, it might be one of the best character projectiles in the game. I mean, that's just probably me, and, you know, I'm just seeing, like, more of a use for it than, like, other people may. But for some reason, I just think it's really stinking good. I would just say so. The more you charge it up, though, the more, you know, it would do in terms of, like, damage and knockback and, like, distance. But you don't really need all too much charging up for the move. As long as you just, like, have the projectile shot out and you can use it some more, then, you know, that's what really matters. But then now we finally have, oh yeah, wait, before anything, it does 7 to 18% for the shoot, 2 to 5% for idle, 8% for thrown, and 9% for smash and dash thrown, which I have no clue what that means, and then 7% for dropped. Apparently, well, based off of, you know, what I'm reading, the gyro can be glide tossed, whatever the heck that means, and is generally considered one of the more powerful glide tosses in Brawl due to his high range and knockback. So apparently a glide toss is a thing. Still don't actually know what it is, but I mean, I think you could probably get an idea of what it could be, but I'm not 100% sure. I personally don't know what it is, because I never really heard that move used before. Let me just throw it down. I'm gonna take the damage, but I don't care. I was able to kill a good... only one of them, but still. And we got finally his final smash, the Fusion Beam, where Rob's, you know, summons like a bunch of spiral-shaped beams coming from his eyes. Oh, that's bad. Oh wait, before I continue talking about it, let me just avoid this. Alright, fine. Oh, you know what? I can show it off here. If Peach would be nice enough to let me. Here we go, the Fusion Beam. Some spiral-shaped, you know, lasers come from his eyes. If you wait a little bit, Rob then would just shoot out like a huge beam that's really powerful and does a lot of damage and knockback, kind of like that. So, it's good. And he's also invincible during it. He is literally invincible during this move. So you can just move around, do whatever the heck you want, still attack normally. You'll just be invincible and have, you know, a bunch of lasers just coming out of your eyes with occasional, like, you know, strong lasers just like, you know, coming out of nowhere. So it's really cool. It is really, really good. I like that, Final Smash a lot. So there's 2% for close range, 4% for long range, and then 15% for the hard hit laser. Now we're gonna show off his, you know, taunts in just a moment. We might as well show it off now. So up taunt, wait, let him do his thing. Up taunt faces the camera and spins his body around. Only like a few parts about it. His head and his arms, that's what he spins. Side taunt faces the camera and then moves his head around with little lasers coming from his eyes. And then down taunt faces the camera and then moves his arms down and then up. And where he spins them while he does move them up. And that's Rob. We were actually able to get through all of Rob's like stuff in classic mode, which I'm really surprised about actually. Did not expect it. I mean, I'm surprised about it because we were actually able to show off his final smash within classic mode. Did not expect that at all. We normally have to go to training mode just to show off his final smash, but because that previous battle was taking so long, you know, the luck was just on my side, I guess. And hey, no damage, I wish. No lives lost. Really stinking good. Much, much better than I anticipated. So good stuff, Rob, good stuff. He's a fun character. I will say this, he is a fun character. While this is, in my personal opinion, this is his worst iteration, because I definitely think his version in Smash 4 and ultimately his version in Ultimate are definitely, you know, both a good bit better than his Brawl version. His Brawl version is still really enjoyable. It is still really enjoyable. While he may not be the best competitively, he's still just an overall fun character to play. So if you want to pick up a fun character like Rob, highly suggest you do. I really do suggest it. Again, the font looks really stinking nice. Also, I love that previous picture at the very end of the victory animation where Rob's like, he seems just super excited and whatnot, super happy about everything, which I respect. I definitely respect it. But with that, that's Rob's run. So very, very cool. Now with Rob's run being done and of course the final smash being shown off already, let's just end it off by going and checking out his his classic mode trophy. I don't get why I keep saying Final Smash. Now his series is actually not even Rob or anything. It's just Udder, which, you know, it's a little disappointing. Definitely it sucks a little bit for Rob, but you know, what can you do? Rob wasn't really in much to begin with, so that's kind of why he doesn't have his own series. But anyways, R.O.B. R.O.B. sporting his Famicom colors. R.O.B. debuted in Japan as Robot in 1985 as an add-on for the Famicom. He could be combined with a gyro set, etc. For 2 types of play. The player controlled Professor Hector, the TV emitted light, and R.O.B. responded to the light by moving. At the same time, it was epoch-making gameplay. Recently, R.O.B. appeared in Mario Kart DS. So the only thing that we have, that R.O.B. is in, besides Mario Kart DS, is the Nintendo Entertainment System Robotic Operating Buddy. That's a very long, like, I guess, quote-unquote game title. I think that's the longest one we have in the entire game for any character, actually. Even for really anything else, I think R.O.B. might have the longest. And of course, that's for the NES. He was obviously in Mario Kart DS, which was his last appearance, and I think it was his, besides Smash, it's probably been his last appearance in like any game, actually. Man, it's been a while since we actually had R.O.B. in a game. That's a shame. That is definitely a shame. But anyways, that'll be it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Just reading that, I kind of want to get a R.O.B. myself. I think it'd be really fun to just like, play with a R.O.B., see exactly how it works. Obviously, I think I might have to play on a CRT, because I think it would only work on a CRT. But it's not. It doesn't hurt to try it on an HD TV. Probably won't work the same, but hey, you never know. But in the next episode, we'll be going through classic mode as the first Kirby character in the series, man himself, Kirby. So, pretty excited for this one. I do like Kirby quite a bit. Really, in any Smash game, Melee's like the only exception, but Kirby's still really fun. He definitely is. So we'll see how that goes. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including Twitches, of course, down below in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Pop-Tart out.